Your C is like electrical, which is there's also like water extinguishers, which you wouldn't want to use on something like that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there an expiration date for fire extinguishers? Like, do they go bad?
This is the inspection tag if everybody wants to take a look. Basically, once somebody comes to inspect it, if they see that it's starting to it needs to be retired, they'll let you know. Basically, every time, yeah, I'll show you that too. Every time they come in and inspect it, they'll give you the okay or else the no-go on it. You also want to make sure that it's full. Obviously if it's not full, you're not going to be getting anywhere with it.
How do you know when it's full?
Oh, go ahead. How do you know when it's full?
There's a gauge on here that reads, basically if you're in the green, you're good. You got like a little arrow here, it'll move once you, I'll try to walk around here, it's a little heavier, but basically you got your little yellow arrow here. As long as it's in the green, you're good. Once you use it, that little yellow arrow will start to move on you and let you know that it's not full anymore.
Who inspects them?
I think there's some inspection company.
There are several fire safety inspection agencies like A1, Northern, who come into businesses such as fire departments, your restaurants, your collision shops. Generally in your home you have smaller extinguishers and they don't get inspected annually. But definitely at businesses they are inspected, and by law they have to be inspected every year. There has to be a tag, and every month somebody has to check that and sign off on the back saying that it was checked every month. That's for your businesses. Now, in your home, you can go to Kmart, Walmart, Sears, to any of those places and buy your KID, K-I-D-D-E fire extinguishers, and they mount up on your wall. They come already good. If you look at them, you'll see that the needle is in the green, and you've got a good fire extinguisher. If you need a fire extinguisher in your home, call 911 first.
Oh, if there's a fire, okay.
If you need a fire extinguisher in your home, we recommend that you dial 911 and then get your fire extinguisher because that's valuable time wasted.
If you were going to only have one in there, which kind would you have?
I would have an ABC.
You can also get them in just A or just B or C, but there are ABC extinguishers that are good for all types.
Okay.
Which is what I would recommend for anybody.
Then if your little one goes bad, how do you get rid of it? Any idea?
You can dispose of them by bringing them into your fire department.
Okay.
Once they are completely expired, you can dispose of them in the trash.
If they're completely expired,
they're
if you use them, but if they
expired.
just turn out and you don't know if they're good or not anymore, you want to get rid of them, just bring them to the fire department?
Parish takes them in, we take them in all the time. In addition, once you have used your fire extinguisher, unless it is a refillable fire extinguisher, we do not recommend you try to refill them. Once it's used, dispose of it and get a new one. If the top of your fire extinguisher is plastic, it's disposable. Don't refill it. If the top is metal, it's refillable. That's how you can tell the difference. Never try to refill a plastic. It won't seal well on you and it may leak chemical. So basically you went through the three types, A, B, and C. Anybody tell me what you can use a B on?
Barrel.
Liquids, anything that comes in a barrel. C is used for current, anything that's electrical. A is for all the other stuff, except your computer room. There's a new extinguisher called a D. The D takes care of all of the electrical equipment. If you have a large computer room or you work in an office with a lot of computer equipment, it's recommended you turn that one on and get out of the room because that one takes all of the oxygen out of the room.
Jeez.
Businesses know about those and they know how to use them. That's a D. You will not have a D in your home, but you may run into them at work. So you've got an A, a B, and a C. Mary asked what my preference would be. I'd have an ABC because I want to take care of the whole thing. You know the way I cook.
Well, I wouldn't want to have to run around and figure out which extinguishers, so that's why I ABC.
You can buy an A, B, and C. This should take care of just about any type of event you're going to have. But again, if you need an extinguisher in your home, the recommendation is dial 911 first. And then, if it is small enough, attempt to use your extinguisher to put it out.
let's touch base on just a minute before we go after the fire. What you're going to go over before, you know, when you're in that situation that you might need to use one, what you're going to have to do before you can actually use one. Every extinguisher is going to have a pin in it. Ours has a tag on it holding the pin in. If that's not there, definitely you're going to want to check your gauge anyways before you even look at it over here and make sure it's good. But if that pin's missing, something's not right. There should always be a pin in your extinguisher. So I would double check the gauge and make sure, you get that inspected, I guess. If there's
What's
no
the
pin
reason for the pin?
The pin locks it. You can carry it around. You can't. It's not going to go off. But it's also, I guess, it's also my clue. My cluing on that it hasn't been used. It's letting you know that it's still may not be a new extinguisher, but it hasn't been used yet. So it's still a good extinguisher. And that's the point to the pin. Other than that, what you're going to do when you're going after it, you're going to pull the tag, pull the pin, which I don't know if I'm going to be. You're going to pull the pin. You're going to get your hose out, aim it towards the fire of what you want, what you're putting out.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Just have the people step.
Yeah, you might want to step back just a little bit. Yeah.
He's not going to actually put it out yet.
No. When you go after it, you're going to want to point at it, and you're going to want to go after the base with a sweeping motion. You're just going to want to sweep right over the base of it. I wouldn't go directly at it without sweeping. You're going to get it's splashing back, and you don't want that coming back on you. Yeah, that's basically it. You're just going to be doing a sweeping motion at the base of the fire with the extinguisher.
What if I've got flames this high? Don't I want to start up?
You're going to want to start, if you got high flames, yeah, you can start sweeping over the top of them. And then you want to work your way down to the base is what I would do. But other than that, with something like this, I just go directly for the base. It's not big enough.
About high flames?
No, about like where.
So we're going to put this one out.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
It's messy.
What is it?
It's like a powder.
You
kind of.
notice that's a powdery chemical, and you want to always be on the other side of the wind from it. So if the wind is blowing on your back toward the fire, that's a good thing. It'll go the opposite way.
Is that harmful? I mean, could I go stand in that smoke and be okay?
I wouldn't want to suck it all in. Is it going to kill you? No.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
And at this point, it's still cracking, it's still popping, so there is still heat in there. If there's heat and there's oxygen and there's fuel and the wood is fuel, then it can flare back up again. So now if this is my home, what do I want to do? Beat feet out, make sure 911 is coming.
That's it.